Good morning. This is what happens when I have winter projects. It's cold out here. Whew. Didn't help much. Okay, let me show you how much I got and what I'm working on. Okay, these are my 70s closet doors. And I have all of this sanded. It looks worse on camera. I know you see these dark spots. It's not so bad in person. But again, I'm gonna go over it with finer sandpaper because this is the 80 grit that I was using. And then, I don't know if I can do this with one hand. I'll probably pinch my finger. Hang on. I opened the doors. I got all the inside. Of this one, and I got to get this one here. And then I have the other side to do. This door has been sitting there with varnish on it since the weekend, and today's Thursday. This is the inside of the closet door. I think it has varnish on it. I mean, it's not like the shiny stuff on the other side. Maybe I will leave that and I won't have to do it. Those are getting replaced. Closet door is done. The accordion one. Yeah, I know, I don't know. I'm hoping that stain takes some of that darkness out because it looks dirty, but it's not. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to this one. This is, I'm probably gonna be in trouble because this one has been sitting for like a week with this varnish on it, and I'm not quite sure. Let me see if I can, how it's gonna react. I think what I'm gonna do is get it wet, put another coat of varnish on it because it's real sticky, it's not wet. Put the plastic back over it and let it sit for a few hours and kind of cook a little bit again. Second coat is on, plastic's on it, and I'm gonna let it sit there for a few hours. See what I can do. This is the cabinet that had the varnish remover on it for like a week, and I put the other coat on and I scraped it and it did pretty well. See, these are the little spots that didn't come off, but it's fine. I just washed it all down with Dawn dishwashing soap, dried it, but it's still a little bit damp, so I'm gonna let it dry before I actually do sanding on it. Want to hear some drama? So if you've been watching my videos, you will see that we were kind of nervous about the people that were going to move in next door because they're not on the up and up. It's a nice way to say it. I should get my earbuds. Maybe you can hear me better. Hang on. Okay, got them. So my neighbor texts me and she goes, I had 5 packages stolen off my porch. I was like, what? We don't have that issue here because we're on a dead-end street. It's not like people just drive by. And I was like, did you get it on video? Because I knew that they had a Ring camera. And she's like, oh yeah, I got it on video. I put it on the Ring app and everything. So we were looking at it. Well, we noticed the vehicle had a missing gas door and thought, oh, that's gonna be easy to spot. We'll be able to find that. Well, then towards the end of the day, she sends me another picture of that same vehicle parked at that house. She goes, I knew it was them. I knew it was them. I never had any issues until they moved in and blah, blah, blah. So she calls the police, makes the police report and everything. And then a few days later, she stopped to get her mail, which is right in front of that house. And she's like, I'm gonna take a picture of that van license plate. It wasn't the same vehicle that backed into her driveway, took the packages, put them in, and then drove off. And the guy opens up the garage door and he's like, "What are you doing?" And she gets out of her car and she's like, "I had packages stolen off my porch and I know it was you guys because this same car was parked in your driveway a few hours later," and blah, 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 just going off on him. And she goes, "I'll show you the video." So she shows him the video and he's like, "Oh, that MFer, I can't believe that." She goes, "He needs to do the right thing. I've already got a police report in there and he needs to do the right thing and bring that stuff back." And he's like, "Oh man, yeah, I'm sorry that happened, blah, blah, blah." And she's still just going off. And she calls me, "Oh my God, I'm shaking." I get it. So that night, after she confronted him, she texts me and she says, "Guess what? All my packages, well, 4 out of the 5, were on my porch when I got home." The neighbor had gone in this house, apparently, because there was nobody coming and going. She can see the house perfectly from her Ring camera, and she was watching it all day. And nobody came or went from his house, and the packages just show up. And I guess she was talking to him through her Ring camera, and he says, "Let me know if there's still something missing." Well, there's one thing missing, but she's like, "You know what, I'm not even gonna, just keep your criminal activity to yourself and do not bring it on my property, because none of us on this street are gonna put up with it." So, and that was the end. We're still kind of watching our packages though a little bit, if he's gonna have icky people coming over to his house and taking stuff. But she's thinking about getting another camera for her garage, and because this time it worked out. I mean, she was able to see who did it in the car and everything. And usually you think, oh, what's a camera gonna do? I mean, you have to be able to identify the person. But we were, and we were all detectives down here at the end of the street. So I'm glad it worked out for her. Let's get back to sanding. Okay, everything is sanded. I put the 220 grit on here and it's super duper soft. This looks blotchy because it's wet, because I just wiped it all down to get it nice and smooth. Okay, now I need to figure out where to go from here. I could go by stain and stain the doors that I have done, which is the hall closet, this accordion one, and the pantry doors. Someone told me that if I go to this bargain wood place, they sell interior doors, and they're super cheap, like $5-10. And I measured mine. All of them are the same size except one, of course. I think this house was custom built. Seriously, nothing matches the measurements. So I might go to the bargain place and see what I can find. In order for us to not live in a total construction zone, which we have done many a times when I redid the kitchen, the 2 bathrooms, I'm gonna stain the doors that I have done, hang those to get them out of the way, and then I'll start working on the bedroom and bathroom doors. That's my plan. So you see I was putting it on and then wiping it off immediately because I didn't want to go any darker than that. This is almost darker than I wanted to go. I thought I bought the lightest color, so it must be the wood. Anyway, I'm happy with it. I probably should put a shiny coat over it, but I don't know if I'm going to. And after all that, I'm not happy with them. I bought the lightest stain I could and they came out dark. Not as dark as the doors. I can show you a comparison, but much darker than what I wanted. And I'm not gonna resand those and totally redo them. Not doing it. So I have to find a fix for my doors, and I have it, I'll tell you. There's the cabinet door against the door that I don't like the color of. To me, it looks like the same color. It's just not shiny like the door is. I don't know. It must be the wood that made it go darker, because I mean, you saw how light they were. Anyway, I got the fix. I went to the door place. They're not $5 or $10, they're $50. But they're going to, $50 a door, but they're going to drill the holes where the knobs go and drill the holes for the hinges. And I only need 5 of them because I'm not replacing this one. It's got the cat door in it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I guess I'm going to have white doors. Fine, that's fine. That means I'm going to have to paint my hallway because my hallway's white. So now I'm going to have to paint it. That might be more fun. Okay, next video. Hopefully I'll have all my doors done. Have a good night.